Morning.
Morning, hello.
It's Friday, January 25th, and it's Friday. Oh my God, what a week.
It's payday for a lot of people.
It's payday. Oh, I just read this morning, actually, in the UK, a lot of people don't actually get paid till the last day of the month, which means they still have 6 days before payday.
No, well, not just the UK. A lot of my friends aren't paid till next Thursday.
That's sickening.
Yeah.
Absolutely sickening.
Yeah.
Weather for today, it's actually going to be generally dry. A few little bits of mist and drizzle in places. A bit cloudy, and then temperatures a little bit milder than they were this time last week. We're looking at 10, 11 or 12 degrees across the county today, so not bad.
We're checking out today's papers in full, as always, on the show. But a quick look at what's making the front pages today. The Irish Sun leads with the story about that awful crash on the M50 yesterday. A woman in her 30s was killed. And the paper has the same story, but I saw one of my friends from Dublin sharing this last night, that the guards had to actually go to people and say, stop sharing video and photos of the crash scene and of the dead woman.
Yeah.
What is wrong with people? So it says that some people have shared a catastrophic video showing this horrific crash on the M50 yesterday in which that woman died. That's on the front page of the Sun, as is this story about this fella, I don't know what to call him, that would be suitable for daytime consumption. He's called himself Paddy Bond, right? He's an Irish fella. He's a doctor. He was in court in the UK yesterday. He drives a Maserati. He fashions himself on James Bond, goes around telling people his name is Paddy Bond, which just sounds so cool to begin with, doesn't it? He's a con artist, a surgeon and a love rat, and he was jailed yesterday for faking a burglary at his own home, so check him out. He's from County Meath, I think. He's on the front page of the Irish Sun as well.
Yeah, dope. The Irish Daily Mail this morning says vitamin prices to soar after revenue ruling. The price of many popular vitamins, minerals and fish oils will soar after being slapped with VAT for the first time. And that same story about Bond, arrogant Irish surgeon jailed for 8 years over €1 million fraud, makes the front page of the Irish Daily Mail this morning.
Front page of the Times Ireland edition today has got a photograph of the Venezuelan the new president on the front page of the Times Ireland edition, and he's passionately kissing the Venezuelan flag during his re-election campaign. Also in the Times Ireland edition, HSE warning Harris over new cervical cancer drugs. Senior figures within the HSE warning the health minister that his decision to grant funding for an unlicensed cervical cancer drug, which is the one that's been used by Vicky Phelan, you probably heard her talking about over the past few months. They think it could encourage other patient groups to demand access to costly treatments, so that it would spread out from this drug, which I think is called Pembro, is it, and spread to other drugs and other patients demanding drugs, which you can see the point there.
Absolutely,
Yeah, that could have a lot of consequences. That's another story in the Times Ireland edition today.
Yeah, the Examiner has anger at HSC cervical cancer in action. 6,000 women need repeat smear because slides went out of date, which just sounds like so stupid and wrong. That's on the front page there. There's my picture of Westlife as well, our boys one, I should say, sorry, same thing, on the front page of the Examiner this morning. And also there's a story that says Varadkar, period of chaos after no deal Brexit, is also on the front page this morning. So things like the common travel area, medicine prices, welfare benefits are all among the no deal Brexit priorities that the government need to be dealing with over the course of the next few days, if this no deal does happen. What is it? Is it March 29th? Is that when they're actually scheduled to leave the UK, or leave the EU, I should say? That's also on the front page of the Examiner this morning. And the sports sections talk about last night's Carabao Cup, where Chelsea beat Spurs. So it went extra time and then penalties, and there was the aggregate score was 2-2, and then Chelsea won 4-2 on penalties last night.
Aww.
The lottery that is the Penos.
Tough to lose on Penos, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Crappy. Some of the top trends this morning. Not yesterday, the day before, we looked back at 1989 and some of the big news stories in 1989, and Ted Bundy was one of the big news stories that we featured in our series of news clips. That's because he was executed in 1989, and there's a new Netflix 4-part series about Ted Bundy and these recordings that he made. It was released yesterday, and that is trending this morning. Have you heard anything about it?
Yeah, I've just seen the trailer for it, so it does look good.
Isn't he?
In fairness. Oh, complete creep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch that. Probably not this weekend because I have too much on, but I will sit down and watch that because I'm a bit of a creep as well.
Yeah.
First States Ireland is trending as well this morning. So I didn't see it last night because I was driving back from Dublin and I got home fairly late. And I'll be honest with you, I came home from Dublin and went straight to bed.
Yeah.
But one girl is trending this morning because she said grace before meals as she sat down. To which her date kind of went,
wow.
Yeah, so she's been discussed this morning. I think there was one guy on it as well last night who was on his first date ever. So I'm not
that's
sure how he got on now, mind
sweet.
you, but yeah, so he was on his first date. So.
Do you know what age he was? No.
No, I think well, young enough, I suppose. But I mean, I'm
But
not.
how
I'm not
sweet
sure,
if
so.
it was somebody older who'd never been on a date. Then they were like, I'm
Yeah.
going to do it. Ah, lovely.
Yeah,
I like
so
that.
that was First Dates Ireland last night. I've recorded, so again, I'll watch that. That seems to be my Friday night treat. That's also trending this morning.
And like you just mentioned, it's one of the big stories in the sports sections of today's papers. Spurs losing to Chelsea last night on penalties in the Carabao Cup. 4-2 that finished up, and that's also one of the top trends this morning.
Thierry Henry is also trending. Karma comes back to bite him in the arse.
Boo!
3 months, 20 games in charge, and he's been sacked as Monaco manager. Out the gap, good night, good luck. They haven't won a home league game yet. They just lost the cup at the weekend to a League 2 team, and he's been sacked. So they're trying to get... This is the thing then. Do you know who they're trying to get to replace him?
Who?
The guy who he replaced.
Who he replaced as Monaco manager?
Yeah. Is that not a
You want
little
to
bit
bring
of a...
him back already?
Yeah, like,
Mad.
is that not a bit of a kick in the teeth to both of them? And if I was the fella now, not Javier Bardem, he's the actor.
Javier Bardem
that
should come
guy,
in as the manager.
The guy who's going to come back in now, I would easily demand an absolute fortune for it.
But sure, he'll get a fortune anyway.
He will, yeah, that's true. But
a bigger fortune than the other
double
fortune.
the fortune.
Yeah.
So Thierry Henry has been sacked. So ha 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 ha. Lots of funny Irish tweets about him last night, actually.
And like Irish women, and men, I'm sure, used to love Thierry Henry. He's gorgeous, like, and do you remember the Renault ads and all? And then we just turned on him. He'll never be forgiven.
I was only joking on air once back after all the cheating happened, as I call it.
After all the
and,
cheating
the
happened.
cheating with the handball and everything. But on air the following morning, I started the afternoon show and I said, the dirty, cheating French beep. I pressed the beep button, messing.
Yeah.
I didn't mean anything by it, really. A French man came into reception of Radio Kerry and was irate. And our receptionist had to talk him down, take his name and number, and then demand that I ring and apologise to this man. Because I said on air, according to him now, that the entire French nation are nothing but dirty, cheating bastards.
What?
When in
You
fact
didn't
what I
ring
said
him?
was... No, I didn't ring him. I said, I'm not ringing him.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either, sorry.
I didn't ring him, no, but he came into reception while I was on air, demanded to speak to me. And it was basically because I said that Thierry Henry was a dirty cheat. And let's face facts, he cheated us out of our place in the World Cup. Just saying.
Yeah.
Thierry Henry, kid.
Thierry Henry.
Yeah, well, he's gone now anyway. Good luck to him.
He could come and do something in the Premiership maybe next, could he? Like an assistant manager role maybe?
Nah,
This hasn't worked out for you, Thierry, sorry.
He'll end up, back, like Gary Neville, he'll end up back on Sky Sports.
Okay.
After Gary Neville's stint in Spain also failed miserably.
It's National Irish Coffee Day, which I presume we mean whiskey, coffee, fresh cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's out there somewhere in Ireland trying to grow coffee, are they?
No, I wouldn't imagine so.
It wouldn't go great, I don't think.
Yeah.
So it's National Irish Coffee Day. I'm going for dinner tonight, so I think I might partake in an Irish coffee.
Do, girl.
I'm going to Bellabia, so nearly always finish my meal in Bellabia with a Calypso coffee or a French coffee.
I've had the Calypso coffee there once as
So
well.
usually a French, actually, but since we're talking about Thierry Henry and we're bashing him, I'll go for the Irish coffee tonight. I'll just tell the lads there, I'll have the Irish coffee tonight after my dinner. Thanks.
Do, girl.
Yeah.
Do.
I'm going to skip the dessert and go straight for the Irish coffee.
What am I doing for the weekend? Because I know we need to wrap up.
Saint. Yeah.
I'm emceeing the Strictly Come Dancing for Ballymac GA tomorrow night. Strictly love dancing. And then I'm going to go to the Kerry game Sunday, Kerry and Tyrone on Sunday.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'll be good.
That'll be good, yeah.
Right, have a brilliant weekend. Let us know what you are getting up to. Morning to everybody who's saying hello already. Sabrina and John, morning to you guys and everybody else who's been in touch. Have a great weekend. Let us know what you are getting up to and we'll give you a mention on the show if you have a birthday or something else happening. Contact us on the show as well. We're going to start in about a minute.
Good luck.
Bye.
Good morning. Good luck.